Hi guys, Zach here, and we are back. That is right, we're back, and we're going to do a best of 21 series between Chris and DauT. In this game, we've actually got Chris playing under the tag Orcus, as you can see down there. But I assure you that is Chris, and he is in green playing as
That's
Aztecs.
me.
Slightly to the south of him, we've got DauT in blue playing as Aztecs as well, and I think this is going to be a good series. It's a best of 21, and I'm going to try and bring you every game in the series. So as usual, just going to speed it up a little bit while the game gets underway, and the players do a little bit of scouting with their sheep, get their food up to 500, and advance to the feudal age. And yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Hopefully you've watched the last video that I put out explaining my reasons for being away and all that jazz. So I hope you have seen that. If you've not, then at the end of this video, there's going to be like a new kind of interface screen thing where you can click on things and it will take you to new videos. If you press previous video, it'll actually take you to that video that I'm talking about now, and you'll be able to see that for yourself, and you'll be able to see why I've been away and all that. So yeah, do give that a watch if you've not seen it already. But yeah, so new videos now every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and one over the weekend as well, if that's possible. So hopefully you've got a lot to look forward to. I'm definitely going to be bringing you this best of 21 series to begin with, and then we'll see where we go from there. Also, your questions answered, please mail me in at mailbox@zeroempires.co.uk, or send me a YouTube mail letting me know what you'd like me to put in that video, your question basically, for me to answer. So anyway, these players just luring their boars now. DauT with his first boar on the way, and his other boar it was around somewhere. I've lost it. He may have even lured that. I got very distracted with talking. Actually, I just saw it. Oh well, never mind. It's gone. Orcus or DauT, not DauT, Chris even. I'm going to do this loads, aren't I? I'm going to start saying Orcus instead of Chris. But Chris, luring his boar there, as we can see, still pumping out villagers, and he'll be looking to advance to the feudal age before long. Um, I'm pretty sure of that. So what is DauT doing? Anything out of the ordinary? Not at the moment, no. Second boar lured there, and he's going to be getting up his food count very quickly. Barracks going up there for him as well. We could see some not feudal, Dark Age pressure even here. We'll have to see, play it by ear, and see how it goes. So while these players are getting started, I want to talk a little bit about balance in life. Actually, look at that. That's got three boars. I don't know if he stole one of Chris's there, but he's definitely got another boar there. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about balance and balancing my own life, as well as perhaps balancing your own. Um, I struggle I struggle with balancing things out. I'm not very good at finding a balance between things. So, for instance, I'll spend a lot of time doing one thing and then neglect other things in my life. And I really think that finding a good balance in your life is extremely important. It lets you do all the things you want to do effectively. Um, and I don't know if I'm making much sense here, but to me it makes sense in my mind. Finding a balance between your hobbies, your work, your social life, um, it's hard to do, but once you do it, it pays off. And that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Hence why I'm coming back to this, and hence why I'm not going to be doing as many videos as I have in the past. So finding a balance, it's not just about trying to balance out your social life and your work life. There's a lot more that comes into it as well. You've got to do it realistically. You know, you can't say, right, I'm going to balance out things and spend more time doing X. You've got to spend a good time on everything that you want to achieve in your life, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do now. Don't know how well it's going, and we're just going to have to see how it goes with the channel, really. And actually, while I'm on topic of the channel, I'm really happy at the moment. 1,800 subscribers, and hopefully that'll be near to 2,000 before long. Um, that's why I'm coming back. I want to see that number get to 2,000, and really, I kind of want to be the best and the most well-known AOC commentator. Um, just to Just to put that out there, that's what I want to achieve. That's my goal anyway. Right, so DauT, 5 militia out, and Chris, quick to respond there. He's obviously seen them with his Eagle Warrior. So Chris has seen them. He's responded with a barracks of his own, and DauT is just running around with these now, and he's advancing to the feudal age. Got to his 500 food, and he's going to have to get some more villagers onto gold, as he's going to want to either get to the castle age pretty quick, or he's going to want to get out some more militia, or even upgrade them to man-at-arms when that becomes a possibility. Fog of War off then, and we can see that Chris is surrounding DauT's base now with his militia. He's also got 5 there. He's also got an Eagle Warrior though. DauT unfortunately lost his Eagle Warrior there, and he's now going to be slightly outnumbered if he goes into an engagement here. Chris just saying die house. He wants to take that house out. Not going to happen, I'm afraid. And here we go. So DauT into the feudal age first. Chris, let's see, Chris only just advancing. So DauT's got a little bit of an advantage here now. He's obviously in the feudal age first. Is he advancing anything at the barracks? Yes, he is. He's advancing his militia to men-at-arms, which is going to give them a attack and defense increase. So what is DauT going to do here? Well, the obvious thing really, he's going to wait till he gets man-at-arms, engage this force, and he's going to take them out. Chris then thinks, alright, okay, I've got the advantage here, I've got Eagle Warriors. Oh, no, never mind. DauT's got man-at-arms now, and there we go. Chris's force is going to get absolutely decimated there, and DauT now in the lead, and you can see by looking at the scores there just how quickly that affected the game. Chris losing those men, and DauT only losing 1 of his men-at-arms. So that's going to give DauT a nice little foothold to attack with. However, Chris is walling off pretty quickly. He's done a good job actually. He's walled off a massive amount of his base so far. And Chris now just moving across the map to see what he can find. So Chris now as well, archery ranges out. Aztecs and Mayans, of course, quite good archer units, and it's quite usual to see crossbowman warfare and even archer warfare as well after the initial man-at-arms and militia push. So these archers coming out for DauT now, he's got to be careful. He obviously doesn't want to lose them. That could be disastrous, as that would, of course, mean that he's lost his lead. So DauT now moving in with these man-at-arms, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that much really. Chris walling off as to the best of his ability in order for DauT to get around here and harass this gold, and that is a lot of gold collectors there. In order for DauT to come around and harass that, obviously he's going to have to get close to this town centre, and that means Chris is going to be able to just garrison a couple of villages in there, take these out with little or no problem whatsoever. So actually, in comparison, DauT has got quite a few less gold collectors than Chris here. Chris has probably got 3 or 4 more. Not sure what that could indicate at the moment. Chris hasn't even got any archery ranges out yet. He's only just advanced to the feudal age. But look at this, quickly going into the castle age here, 16 minutes in, and that is a very good time indeed. Of course, Chris is going to have to be building a few archers and a few men just to protect his base while he can. But he is advancing to the castle age, got lots of villagers on gold, which suggests that he's going to be advancing, sorry, not advancing, upgrading his archers when he can, and he's going to be getting researchers at the blacksmith. As you can see, fletching just completing there for him. DauT then, not really thinking about advancing to the castle age yet. He's spent a lot of resources on archers here and on his man-at-arms as well. So whilst DauT has the larger army at this moment in time, Chris is going to be looking to get to the castle age first and gain a technological advantage while he can. DauT there with a upgrade at the blacksmith, padded archer armor coming up for him. That does suggest to me that DauT is going to be going for a crossbow push when he gets to the castle age. However, Chris beating him to it by a long shot. DauT is 400 food and 100 gold off of advancing. No doubt now then he's going to be stopping production of archers and then moving quickly into advancing to the castle age to catch up with Chris. So now Chris has got the slight advantage here in the fact that he's got the ability to upgrade his archers to crossbowmen. DauT, though, has got a larger army, so if DauT can preserve his army and preserve his forces while he is advancing or getting ready to advance to the Castle Age, that means DauT will be able to gain an advantage in the long run. If Chris can upgrade his soldiers early on, like he has done here, and take out more of DauT's force, then of course the tide is going to change and Chris is going to gain the advantage. So really now, Chris has got a little window. Before DauT advances to the Chris needs to kill as many of DauT's men as he possibly can. This is a really important point now for Chris to push. If Chris can push and take out all of these archers, DauT has basically just wasted the last 5 minutes of the game. So as you can see, DauT retreating back to here, getting some skirmishes out on the field as well, and really not looking to have a conflict with Chris at this moment in time. Chris then going round to the side, and DauT's got this covered off already, but it's only a palisade, and at this stage, a palisade won't last too long against that many crossbowmen, as you can see. But DauT rebuilding a palisade here, I don't think Chris is going to get through here very quickly at all. DauT then also moving around the back here to intersect, and personally, Chris is going to be a bit trapped here, and I don't know. I mean, although DauT has obviously not got such a good army, they are fully upgraded, as are Chris's, to be fair. But he's going to get sandwiched here between this palisade and these soldiers, and they could spell death for them. DauT ready to advance to the Castle Age. Just click the button as I said that, and now if DauT can actually take out these crossbowmen, he's going to have a huge advantage here. And it looks like he's going to be able to do that. They are surrounded, and there we go. There's Chris's army gone. What's Chris now going to do? Doesn't look like he's going to do a lot. He's not got any soldiers left. Building a new town centre down here, so I guess Chris's only option at the moment is now to try and go for heavy economy. He has got a few more crossbowmen over here, actually. I didn't notice them. And DauT is going to be hard pressed to actually take them out. He's obviously not got such strong units here, so Chris could gain an advantage. I know the scores are flipping backwards and forwards, and it really is in these kind of games down to the very little and very small things, such as each unit lost. You know, just having a few more units here and there can really change the game for you. Chris then, though, 3 archery ranges here and advancing to the Castle Age. If he can fend off this attack from Chris, then DauT is going to be in a nice position. And I may have just said that this was Chris building these, I'm not sure, but definitely DauT building the archers here. Also as well, DauT spreading out very nicely. He's running out of gold here though, and he could do with getting a new gold camp. Those villages are obstructing each other and causing them to be slowed down with their collection rate. Over this side, he's got a gold camp over here. I think that's the closest one to him. Actually, no, he's got this one here as well, but not really an option to go and collect from there, while this amount of crossbowmen are rallying around it. DauT then, about to advance to the Castle Age, there we go, and crossbowmen being researched almost instantly, as well as probably something at the blacksmith. There we go, Bodkin Arrow, going to add an extra attack to his archers. And actually no, Bodkin Arrow gives him an extra range, I think. We'll see when it advances. There we go. There we go. So as we can see, crossbowmen and Bodkin Arrow research there. So now it's kind of a level playing field. In fact, Chris has lost the advantage here because DauT has now got the larger army. Also straight up with a new town centre there. As you can see over here, Chris has already got one up, and we'll be looking to get a 3rd town centre out soon, no doubt. He's going to want to secure this gold over here. So my guess is that it's going to be a town centre around this area for Chris. DauT, though, now with a larger army, and Chris forced to retreat towards his town centre here, garrisoning some villages in there perhaps to hold off this attack. At this point, though, it's important to note that town centres actually have a shorter range than the fully upgraded crossbowmen. So crossbowmen can stay out of range of the town centre and not do a lot about it. So here we go then, Chris now with a mangonel, and that's going to give him a slight advantage for a while. If he can take out any of these crossbowmen with the mangonel, Chris is going to have a nice little advantage. And I'm talking about advantages, disadvantages, but it really does come down to the very small little things in the game. Population-wise then, DauT 72, Chris 66, so it's fairly close. And I've got to say, there's not a lot in it at this stage, although the scores, again, showing that. So actually, Chris has got a third town centre out, and he's actually put it at the front of his base here. I'm not quite sure why he's chosen this location. Maybe he just wants to secure it or use this as a kind of outpost. I'm not really sure, but he has moved that forward, and it would have made a lot more sense to build a town centre over here and gather up this gold, because this gold isn't going to last for long at this rate. So looking at economy, and actually, let's look at their military at the moment. Chris with 16 ranged units and 1 siege, and DauT with 25 ranged units. So DauT has definitely got the larger force here. He's got a few crossbowmen scattered around the map, and Chris now going to be going for some um, more economy-based attack, I guess. Lumberjacks 25 and miners 12. They're the two that we want to focus on. Lumberjacks and miners. So 25 and 12 for Chris, and DauT 22 and 10. So Chris has got the upper hand with the economy, I'd say here. Hang on, let's get this back. There we go. Your miners and your lumberjacks. That is what's going to allow you to pump out the most crossbowmen, and of course the most mangonels as well. Finally, DauT with a siege workshop here. But DauT, as you can see, very nicely constructing his base so that everything is walled in, and it's very hard for Chris to approach without being attacked. Another town centre up here for DauT, and now DauT is going to start spreading across the map. This gold is probably going to be his next location, and he's got another town centre down here. So they're both on 3 town centres at this stage, and yep, that is still the case. Another bit of a scuffle over here. Chris on the high ground, so he's going to have the attack and defense advantage, but both mangonels now moving into position, and it looks like Chris is going to get that one. Yep, there we go. So Chris killing off DauT's mangonel there. Arrow fire pretty ineffective against mangonels, and DauT now kind of retreating across the map. Not quite sure why he killed that deer, may have been a misclick. And now, there we go, DauT moving up again with a new mangonel. Might even take out this mangonel in one shot, there we go. And DauT pretty much winning that. He didn't take any casualties really there at all. And Chris, maybe down to micromanagement, didn't really come off very well from that little scuffle. I've just noticed here, DauT going around the side with 2 crossbowmen, and he's really just scouting out now, I think. Let's see what he can see. Yep, you can see these 2 gold. He knows that Chris isn't actually gathering from there, and it wouldn't surprise me if he leaves these crossbowmen here just to get some scouting information. And in fact, it looks like he's sending more men around that direction, so we could see a little sneaky side attack from DauT at this stage. Fog of War back off then, and DauT is definitely in the lead military wise here. Chris is struggling to get out enough men, and DauT has got quite a lot of resources as well right there. Chris, again with a few resources, not really spending them as well as he could do. His archery ranges aren't producing anything at the moment, so I don't know whether that's going to be an indication of advancing to the Imperial Age. We'll just have to see. Chris finally moving out here with mining camps. Looks like he's going to be finally gathering from these gold camps, and there we go. Chris being intersected there by DauT, and yeah, going to lose a few villagers, unfortunately. Nice little move there by DauT, and I don't think Chris could have really anticipated that in any way at all. So, just going to have to deal with that as best he can. Still keeping the pressure on, but these mangonels aren't really doing anything for Chris now. You can't just send siege units in on their own, because they will eventually get taken out. Maybe if it's 1 for 1, but there we go. Chris losing his mangonel, and DauT still with the army advantage here. Market going up for Chris there. Could be selling off some wood perhaps to get some gold, maybe to advance to the Imperial Age. Population wise, 98 for DauT, and 78 for Chris. So DauT is definitely in the lead here, shown slightly by the scores, 300 difference there, and really not a lot going on at this stage in the game. I'm just going to speed things up a little bit. But DauT is definitely moving in, and Chris is going to have to do something here. I don't know what his plan of action really is. Town centre on these gold camps, as I predicted, and dealing with this little offensive up here. Meanwhile, though, Chris is pushing forwards, and sorry, DauT is pushing forwards, and Chris is losing a few villagers. Mangonel's outranging town centres as well, 7 to 6, and now if Chris takes out this Mangonel, which he could... No, he's not going to do that. If only. This Mangonel is going to be able to reposition and keep attacking this town centre. So as I say, this town centre isn't in a great position for Chris, and wouldn't surprise me if he does lose that. Town centre is obviously only useful to a certain point. Dark Age wise, town centres are great, but once you've got your fully upgraded crossbowmen and your Mangonels out, town centres don't really provide that much use to you even. And wow, Chris losing yet another Mangonel there, so throwing a lot of resources away. And here we go, advancing to the Imperial Age. He just managed to get up his food count to 1,000, gold to 800, and he's clicked that button. So I don't know what he's going to do now. He's advancing to the Imperial Age, and DauT is already ahead of him in that respect. So it's not looking very promising for Chris at the moment. Of course, it doesn't mean that it's all over. He can still recover from this, but if DauT is going to reach the Imperial Age first, I don't see where Chris is going to be able to gain an advantage here. Mangonel's going to be intersected here, and looks like Chris is going to be moving into Eagle Warriors. He's getting out some more barracks here, and there's a couple of barracks up here as well. So looks like Chris is going to be going Eagle Warriors. Makes sense, I suppose. Eagle Warriors, of course, they're going to have a fairly high pierce armor when they're upgraded, which means they're going to be fairly effective against crossbowmen. That is for sure. And it means that they'll be able to attack buildings without much issue. Chris then going to be faced with DauT's Eagle Warriors, as we can see. DauT now producing Eagle Warriors at a very fine rate. That is 3, 4, 5, 6 barracks there, and Chris is forced, really. He's forced to spread out. I mean, these 2 barracks up here, he's got a couple of barracks, well, 8 barracks down here, and I don't know where his other military is. He's been forced to spread out a lot. I mean, the map isn't great for him, obviously having these gold powers very far away from his base, but then DauT is also gathering from gold powers very far away, and I think really DauT has kept the pressure on. So as we can see, DauT's economy is flourishing. He's already got his university up down here. His blacksmith is going to be working away very soon to get some extra upgrades, and town centres galore, really. Food, plenty coming in, plenty of gold coming in, stone even as well, ready to build a castle if he needs it, if not more town centres. And look at this 3, 6, 7 barracks down here. They're going to be producing Eagle Warriors like there's no tomorrow. Eagle Warriors costing food and gold now, so food's going to be more important than wood at this stage in the game. But DauT vastly outnumbering Chris here. Let's have a look at the actual stats. DauT has actually not got any crossbowmen left. They've all been killed off. He does have 20 Eagle Warriors though, and Chris has what's that, 16 units in total. So DauT only just outnumbering him, but he's building them at a very fast rate indeed. These barracks are going to be working away as soon as he can afford it. He's lacking in gold at the moment here, and he's going to need extra gold when he can get it. Let's have a look. Blacksmith, plate mail armor. So he's upgrading these Eagle Warriors, and I don't think Chris is going to be able to get out the guys he needs. He's got plenty of wood, but that's not much use at this stage in the game. He's trying to get as much gold as he can, but these Eagle Warriors into his gold camp line, and Chris is going to be forced to really pull everything back, as you can see, just to deal with this. And those crossbowmen aren't going to be much use at all. Chris then forced to spread out, and as you can see, DauT taking full advantage of that, spreading over across the map, and taking out a lot of villagers in the process, taking out a lot of military units in the process. These have been upgraded. Look at that pierce armor there, and the plate armor as well. Actually 8 pierce armor, so they're not going to be affected by crossbowmen at all. Crossbowmen with only 7 attack, so actually the crossbowman attack is pretty much useless against Eagle Warriors, and I think this is going to be game over for Chris at this stage. DauT is coming very heavily into his base with Eagle Warriors, and Chris has got nothing to combat it with. more Eagle Warriors being produced from each of these barracks, so his population is just going to skyrocket, 145 to 86. Chris then obviously not in a good position, and DauT is looking set to take this game right here. He's fully infiltrated Chris's base, and there we go. Chris has given it up. DauT taking that one, game one. So it's now 1-0 to DauT, and it was a pretty good game actually. Fair civilizations, map wise, I think probably in favour of DauT, but DauT kept the pressure on from the early stage where really he took out those militia with his man-at-arms, and Chris just hasn't been able to come back from it now. He's not been able to do much at all, and DauT is really just gaining a massive advantage. Can't see any of Chris's villagers. They've all been forced inside of town centres or they are dead, and yeah, so Chris losing that first game, and DauT, although actually saying that, DauT is extremely outnumbered here. This could drag on a little bit longer than we anticipated. These town centres are going to be going down. Elite Eagle Warriors, of course, continually being produced, but this isn't going to last for long because Chris hasn't got any villagers collecting, and DauT is still killing off villagers at his gold camp, and DauT just waiting for Chris to resign. Chris thinks perhaps he could have a final stand here. He's already said good game though, so really should be resigning by now. Small force moving in then. I didn't anticipate this exactly, but I think DauT can deal with this. He's now outnumbering, and there we go. Chris once again good gaming because he knows that the game is lost. So there we go. I'm back, and that was the first game of a best of 21 series between DauT and Chris. There will be another video. I'm not sure when this is going to be released because I'm recording it very early, but there will be a video out on Monday, Wednesday. No, not Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and at the weekend. So you've got something to look forward to. If this is out on a Monday, you'll see one tomorrow. If this is out on a Tuesday, you'll see one on Thursday. It's all good, and it's all dandy. So there was DauT versus Chris. Hope you've enjoyed that one. I've been Zach, and I'll see you next time.